It's a beautiful day in Maryland. Said no one today. It is a rainy day, but we are going to make it sunny on our own. I am Chris Van Bloom, and I am here to show you what I understand is very cool. And we're going to do some overnight oats today. So here's the thing. I just had to go have another stent put in. I know. And my doctor said, we really got to figure out this diet thing. And I'm like, say less. Let's talk about how we can get the people to bring their cholesterol down a little bit. Because we know oats are good for us, right? We know this. So today, I'm going to show you how you can make overnight oats. It's so easy and it's so economical if you do it by home. Do it at home. There is, you can go in your cereal aisle and look, and there will be all sorts of brands of overnight oats, and they'll be in a little container, and it'll be about yay big, and it says just add milk and leave it in your fridge overnight, and you're going to pay $2.79 for one of those. No, we can do it on our own. So what we're going to use is an old-fashioned oat. Now, there are really three kinds that we're used to seeing, right? Instant oatmeal, which we know cooks lickety split, and really that's typically pour the water in, stir it around, let it set for a couple of minutes, and you're good to go. That is oatmeal that's been pulverized so that it can absorb the liquid more quickly. Then going up the chain, you've got your old-fashioned oats, not pulverized. And check this out. If we take a look at all this oaty goodness, looky there. You can see we're looking at whole grains. Then steel cut oats are much rougher, and those are going to take a while to go. So what we want to make sure that our texture ends up really good for us, we want to use the old fashioned. I've never tried it with steel cut. Steel cut is going to be too much for us. And one of the things I like here is that you could make 2 or 3 of these, pop them in the fridge, and have them a couple of different days. Or it's so easy to make. You're going to see no cooking. Where are my friends who are into the no cooking out there? No cooking. So it takes less than 5 minutes to pull it all together. And once you've done it a couple of times, you'll be whipping through it. So, of course, because I believe in the cute, I have a little jar that I use. I have a ton of these left from when I owned the cooking school. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half a cup of those old-fashioned oats. Woo! Now, the hardest part of this is getting the oats in the jar. All righty. So, half a cup is a completely reasonable serving here. All right, because you can always look, and I'll tell you, I just finished my CCMP, which is my Certified Culinary Medicine Professional Training. And one of the things we learned is we always look at the label. That's the first place that we go for this. And a half cup, perfect serving. All right. But I like my overnight oats to have a little bit of body to them. I want something that's going to make it a little thicker for me. So I'm going with the chia seeds. Now, chia seeds have gone beyond the chia pets, right? That we've seen, or where the hair grows and all that good stuff. This, we are using, so many people are using these in their diets now because they're so high fiber. They're really, really high fiber. And high fiber is a great thing. Keep things moving along, right? So we love that. How simple is this? You really, it's even silly that I'm showing you, but this is how much I'm loving it right now. And I like to get in and kind of give it a little mix because I will tell you when liquid hits those chia seeds, they can clump up a bit. So I always like to give it a stir before that happens. Then we're 2%ers with our milk here. And I'm going to add a little over half a cup of milk to this. All righty. Just a little over. Oh, you can see everything moving. Now, you know I'm a sweet girl. So I'm going to add a touch of vanilla just a touch. If a quarter teaspoon, maybe, and then a little bit because now it's October and all I can feel are the October vibes. So I'm going to add, about a teaspoon of the maple syrup. It's really that simple. Now, here's what I want you to think as I mix this up. What I want you to think about are all the variations you can do. Let's say you're like me and you're a little nutty. You love the nuts. I wait until I eat it, and then I'm going to sprinkle in, excuse me, I'm going to sprinkle in some sliced almonds, some chopped pecans, and I do like when my pecans and walnuts, so good. I do like when those are toasted. I think that adds so much flavor and dimension to that. But I'm also a pistachio girl. I was reading a recipe this morning for pistachio butter, and a little of pistachio is going to be lovely right in there. That's all you're going to have to do. If you're watching sugar, you do not have to add any sugar to this at all. You don't have to worry about maple syrup, or even I wouldn't do any refined sugar, any granulated sugar to it, because it's not going to melt in. Granulated sugar is just going to kind of stick around and do its thing. It won't ever get into it. So a little agave, a little maple, these are really nice. Anything else that takes your vibe, that's what you want to do. And then you guys can see, we're super liquidy. But are you ready? And sometimes I even give it one of these once I have the lid on nice and tight. Check it out. Ta-da! All right, so here are my overnight oats that have set up in the fridge. Good chia seed distribution there. Look how easy that is. And again, you do not have to be fancy with these little jars. I just happen to have them. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that. That's a good breakfast, man. I love that. Fresh fruit is going to be fantastic. If you want to cut up some apples, because again, we're in October now, if you want to cut up some apples or pears and stir those in, it's going to be great. If you're in the summer and you want to stir in some strawberries, if you want to stir in blueberries, whatever you've got, it's going to be great. Don't be afraid to put a little lemon zest in there. You could do a lemon blueberry overnight oats, just like that. And if you're into the dried fruits, so easy. You have two options there. You can take the dried fruits and just stir them in at the beginning, or if you want to give them a little plumping up, all you do is soak them in a little bit, just a little bit of boiling water. It helps rehydrate and soften them. Sometimes I don't want as much of the chew from the dried fruit, so I'll soften some dried cranberries, which are absolutely fantastic. Love those. All good things to put in. So be experimental. Add a little bit, and remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Add a little bit of zest of something. Add a little bit of cut fruit. Add whatever makes you happy here. That's how quick and easy it is to make some overnight oats. Now, while I've got you, I wanted to remind you that this Saturday, October 5th, we are having our first Saturday of the month free cooking class for all the people all over the place, sponsored by our lovely friends at AARP Maryland. And this week, we're going to be making pork tenderloin Dijonnaise, because I always think of my grandma when it comes to a pork tenderloin. Plus, it's so lean. It's such a good, if you're a meat eater, it's such a good lean protein for us. We're going to do a roasted delicata squash, which is phenomenal. I have one right here. These guys are so tasty. I'm going to show you how to use that. And more. We'll do a little salad that has some maple in the vinaigrette. All right, now I did just get a question, as you can hear all the fire trucks going by. Nancy asks if you eat the oatmeal cold. Yes, overnight oats are cold. Oh, and one of the things I wanted to say with the overnight oats, mix up your milks. This is a great time if you're into oat milk, you're double oating. If you're into almond milk or even coconut milk, I've had a coconut chia seed pudding that's been really fantastic. But now coconut milk is pretty high fat, so you'll want to be aware of that. But your almond milks, any of those are going to be great in this. And if somebody asked me the other day if you could warm it up, I suppose you could. I suppose you could, but I never have. Overnight oats are always just meant to be eaten cold. So there you go. Sign up. I think we're going to put something up here so we can sign up for our class that's this Saturday. As always, 100% completely free. It's just a good time. You can stay in your slippers, keep those bunny slippers and jammies on. It's all through Zoom, and we get lots of people from all over the country taking the class. It's the most fun thing for me because I always like to do a little roll call at the beginning to see where everyone's coming from. We've got folks from Hawaii, California, Oregon, US Virgin Islands, Texas, everywhere that come in. So you do have to register, and then you'll get a copy of the grocery list and the recipes, and you can sit and follow along, and we'll just have a good time. There it is. There it is. So make your overnight oats. As always, post them and let's see them. Don't be afraid to tag AARP Maryland if you're going to post them online. I know we'd love to see your overnight oats. So sign up for Saturday's class, make your oats, and I'll see you in the kitchen. Thank you.